Hello and welcome back to another video on the Wrestlers Debate and to Survivor Series War Games 2022 out of 10. I'm out with the old, in with the new. We're done with the Brown Warfare bollocks at Survivor Series and we're into War Games, NXT stuff. Now Big Trips has taken over. 2 War Games matches on there and some banger matches as well, including AJ Styles versus Finn Balor. So yeah, we're eating good tonight. Let's get straight into it. And we kicked off with the Women's War Games match. Bianca and Dakota started off and Io Sky was next to join them as a clock counts down. Bianca was beaten up by Dakota and Io with about hitting a missile dropkick. Asuka was next in and made things even for a bit before taking out Kyra German before facing off with Sky. Nikki Cross was next to enter and she got some trash cannons and kendo sticks before beating Bianca down and hitting a tornado DDT. Cross locked in a headlock with a kendo stick before Alexa made her way to the ring. Bliss beat Nikki down and hit dropkick before Asuka hit Cross with a bulldog and a trash can. Io and Dakota attacked Bianca with kendo sticks before Alexa and Asuka did the same thing to them. Cross then climbed up to the cage and hit a big crossbody, taking everyone out. Bayley joined the match and brought the ladders on the table with her. Nikki and Bayley trapped Bianca under a table before the 2 rings before Mia Yim was out of the cage. Yim sent Kai face first into a trash can lid before Bayley crossing Kai took suplexes one after the other. Rhea Ripley came in and took Alexa before hitting a double team move with Sky and Asuka. Io and Bayley were then beating Mia Yim with a trash can lid before Becky Lynch was finally let out and the match officially began. Cross accidentally hit Sky with a trash can before Becky put the can on Sky's head and hit a big dive on her. Becky then faced off with Bayley and loaded on her with kicks. Rhea confronted the man and hit her with a headbutt before missing the riptide, but got it on the second time, but Asuka broke the pin. Bayley then hit Becky with a raise punt on the metal plate before the 2 rings, but the pin broke up. She then hit a big moonsault off the cage before Nikki tried to handcuff Alexa to the cage, but Bliss ended up handcuffing herself to Cross before hitting a big move. Mia Yim then looked for a sleeper on Rhea, but Ripley put her through a ladder. Becky and Bianca were then left standing and took on Bayley, Sky and Kai. Bayley got the manhandle slam on Kai before Bianca hit the KOD on Sky. Bayley was then hit by Bianca with a KOD into the cage wall before Becky hit a leg drop from on top of the cage onto Kai, who was on the table below. Becky got the pin on Kai and picked up the win for her team. And yeah, this gets an 8 out of 10 for me. This was just bloody brilliant stuff. From start to finish, War Games, chaotic energy. And yeah, all the stories were really well done. Love the finish as well. You thought there was no way Lynch would do that coming back from injury, but she did. Badass. And yeah, it's just a great ending to a great match. So happy they did this. Slightly surprised with the result, but definitely no issues with it after watching the match. So it gets an 8 out of 10 for me. Great stuff. Backstage, Uso told Roman Reigns about last night's ordeal with Sami Zayn and even blamed him for their loss in the main event of SmackDown. Roman told him to stop worrying about anything other than the match and said that he will take care of everything else. After Jay left, Roman asked Heyman to Kami to call in and see him. And yeah, this was brilliant, using everything and obviously all tied in later on before it was time for AJ Styles versus Finn Balor. The second match saw Styles control early on, grabbing Finn Balor with a backbreaker. Balor came back with sunset flip, looking in for an abdominal stretch. AJ then got a sliding forearm off the counter and got a near fall before Balor reversed the Styles clash. Priest distracted the ref and Dominic wiped AJ out on the apron as much went on. The OC beat Dom and Priest up at ringside before heading into the crowd as Styles joined in on the ringside brawl. Back in the ring, AJ hit a big dropkick before suplexing Balor in the corner. Balor then got a sling blade but was taken out with a counter before taking a Pele stick. Styles got the calf crusher locked in, but Balor managed to break out of it. Styles got the phenomenal forearm off the ropes and picked up the W. And yeah, this gets a 8 out of 10 from me. I thought this was a really good match. Maybe could have gone a bit longer, but because of how good these are, and you always want to see them go longer. But you know, for what it was, I thought it was really great. And yeah, 2 of the best wrestlers in business. Good to see AJ finally get a win. A great match as well. With obviously all the intricate storylines from their history and everything like that as well. So great stuff. It was then time for Ronda Rousey versus Shotzi for the SmackDown Women's title. Ronda tried for an ankle lock early on, but Shotzi broke out of it before sending the champ into the corner. Shotzi hit a big drive to the outside after sending Ronda outside, but Shayna shoved the champ out of the way and forced the attack instead. Back in the ring, 2 traded submission moves before Shotzi unloaded on Ronda on the mat. Ronda locked in a submission on the ropes before Shotzi got a big move on the apron. Shotzi then hit a big crossbody from the barricades, and they were Shayna and Ronda taking out a few people in the process. Back in the ring, Ronda hit a big dive before getting the Piper's Pit and the armbar, making Shotzi tap out. And yeah, for me, this was probably the weakest part of the show. I can't lie, it gets 7 out of 10 from me. I thought it was okay, you know, nothing to write home about, especially on a card of such great matches, but you know, it was sort of enough. Ronda gets the victory. I think this is only ever going to be further, so yeah, I'll give it 7 out of 10. Sami Zayn walked into Roman Reigns' locker room, and after Roman confronts him about his talk and with KO last night, Zayn came playing about everything. Roman asked if he was going to stab him behind the back, and Sami confirmed he never do that. Roman gave Zayn a look, a hug, but he also did have a bit of a look. But yeah, this was really great. obviously leading all to the main event. Before it's time for our Seth Rollins versus Lashley versus Theory US title match. Theory fled the ring early, but when tried to sneak up on Lashley, who hit him with a vertical suplex and sent him into Rollins, taking both out. The match went outside and Theory tried to use a steel chair, but Lashley tossed it away as Rollins sent a big dive on him. Theory used the steel set to take out Rollins and Lashley before getting a near fall on Rollins off a drop kick in the ring. Lashley then went into the barricade before Rollins unloaded on Theory in the ring. Rollins sent both opponents into the barricades with a series of dives, before hitting a big splash on both at the same time. Rollins then got a pedigree on Lashley in the ring before missing the splash. Theory got the rolling blockbuster on Lashley but failed to get the finisher. Lashley then got the hurt lock, but Seth broke it out with a splash. Lashley then got a double hurt lock on Seth and Theory before missing a spear, and Seth got a stomp on Lashley before hitting the suplex. So a spear from Lashley, Thor Theory getting the end up on top of Rollins before getting the sudden pin, and Theory is our new champion. And this gets an 8 out of 10 for me. I didn't think they'd do this, but fair play to me. For them, they genuinely rectified whatever happened in the last few weeks, and Theory for me now feels like serious again. They got the briefcase off him, now they kind of building back up again in record time. And this has just been a brilliant recovery. Rollins can go to the main event scene, Lesnar can feud with Lashley, and Theory can kind of rebuild from here if he hasn't already and continue with the US title reign. So happy about this. I thought this worked brilliantly. Gets an 8 out of 10 for me. Great stuff. It was then time for the men's War Games match. Before the match, Jay spoke to Roman backstage and told him that he trusted Sami, and they'll just have to see how it all plays out. Butch and Jay were set to start the match, and Butch went after the fingers. Jay then got in control and went after Butch's arm before Ridge Holland made his way to the ring. Jay was isolated before Sami joined the match, but hesitated to get in the cage, but eventually joined Jay in the fight, and it seemed like they were going okay. Drew McIntyre was next in and was beating up Jay in the corner before Sami took him down from behind. Jimmy won the match and brought some tapers with him. Jay scoffed at Sami for some reason before Jimmy broke it. The Usos took out McIntyre before Kevin Owens came in the room with steel chairs and unloaded on the Usos. Solo was next in and took some super kicks before dropping KO on the steel between the two rings. Sheamus was out and Sami tried to keep him out by closing the cage door, but the Celtic Warrior fought his way in and cleared the ring. Roman was finally there, and the match officially began as the Tribal Chief took down Sheamus with a Superman punch. The Brutes then caught all the bloodline on the ropes and hit the beats of the bass ring at the same time, taking them down. The Usos then hit Butch with a 1D, but Ridge broke the pin. The Usos then hit the double super kicks on Holland before Reigns hit him with a spear through the table. Owens then got a stunner on Solo, but Roman broke up the pin. Owens took a low blow from Sami, followed by her loop kick before setting Jay up for the frog splash. Jay hit the move and picked up the win for his team. And genuinely, this gets 10 out of 10 for me. I absolutely freaking loved it. This was just so great. Obviously, Sami and Jay, were they going to get along or not? And it turns out they did perfectly at the end. Sami wins it for his team after all the allegations that he was going to lose it for them. Obviously, it makes you go, are they going to break up? Are they not? With Owens as well, it's just a perfect story. Obviously they will at some point, but it makes you think they won't. And yeah, it's just so good. And when the moment's finally going to happen, it's going to be heartbreaking. But for moments like this, it's all worth it. 10 out of 10. I absolutely freaking love this. War Games every year, please. None of this brand bollocks. This. Overall, Survivor Series War Games gets a 9 out of 10 from me. Yeah, I absolutely freaking love this show. Saturday Night Wrestling is very best. The 2 War Games matches are excellent. Storylines throughout it. Some quality actions. Theory's being rebuilt. Styles Battle was great. Ronda Shotzi was okay, I guess. Probably the weakest part of the show. But, it's still great. I love the main event. Sami and Bloodline stuff, just brilliant. But anyway, guys, that's the video. Thanks for watching. So like, share, subscribe, really lots of comments on it. Follow this show for daily wrestling news. Subscribe to my channel, I greatly appreciate it. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.